Ben, the lifting of this restriction against people who are handicapped that will now allow you to fly, just what exactly will this mean to you?
Well, personally for myself, I think it's fantastic. It's been a fight for a little while, and we're now very happy that this has finally come true. Being a very good flying enthusiast, of course, I'm very happy about the whole thing.
What kind of flying do you want to do, and what will you start doing now?
Well, my flying will strictly be done for pleasure, and my first thing, of course, is to get my medical squared away and just get my license and strictly pleasure flying.
Is this going to open the door now for a lot of people in Canada, not only handicapped, but all handicapped, not only just paraplegics? They will now be able to come in under this new regulation.
Well, we're convinced that this avenue is now open to all handicapped persons, and from a rehabilitation point of view and from a transportation point of view, we think it's really fantastic.
Hank, what kind of special equipment are you going to need in an airplane, and will it be a big job to equip it so that you can fly it?
No, there won't be too much involved here at all, Dave. It's actually a kit that can easily be placed in this particular aircraft that we are going to fly. It's not anything of a nature that needs a big overhaul to the aircraft itself. The aircraft has been designed in such a way that a kit can easily be installed and to make it fully hand-controlled.
You were in the Dutch Air Force before the accident. You've done a lot of flying. Has this been a difficult period for you, not being able to fly?
Initially, yes, it was a very difficult adjustment to make. I was a very keen, enthusiastic flyer, having been flying jets and all kinds of aircraft before, and I had my commercial license. And of course, it was quite a hard struggle, but now that this avenue of pleasure flying has been open to us again, I think they've given me back my wings.
Well, first of all, we're going to pay for the control, and then whatever is left, well, just have to use it for the training part. It's a fairly expensive proposition, but I'm really happy with the results that have come out of this.
I understand, Ben, that you have, what, about $600 collected when you need a balance of about $200, right?
Well, it's pretty hard to say. The boys are more or less keeping me in the dark on this. They don't really want to tell me how much they've got. They want to keep it as a surprise.
Now, this is all part and parcel, then, of this idea that the Department of Transport has changed its regulations about letting fellows like you fly.
Yes, this has taken 3 years of negotiating with the Department of Transport, along with various organizations. A friend of mine has been very instrumental in this, and together we've managed to convince them that this ruling should be changed. So they have now come up with this new change, which allows us to at least try it out and see if we can do it, which of course is no doubt in my mind that we can, and we'll prove ourselves and eventually get our license.
This control that you've been talking about you have here in your lap, how exactly will this help you to fly?
Well, this particular control converts the rudder system on the whole series of Cherokee aircraft. It's bolted to the left rudder pedal on the passenger side, and it comes straight up by the throttle. Now, this is what is known as the flight grip handle, and your hand is always right by the throttle so that you have actually full throttle control during all your maneuvers. This control is even supposed to be able to keep the ball in the center when you're going through fairly violent maneuvers. And this is, according to what the literature is and the people that actually have their license with it now, I think there's 3 in the States that have proven that they can fly with this control. They say it's a tremendous thing.
How about your medical now? Have you passed that all right?
Well, I have received a letter from the Department of Transport saying that it is possible that I could be assessed such and such a medical, which is a very good medical, as a matter of fact, provided that I have proven or demonstrated my ability to handle the aircraft under standard and emergency maneuvers.
That's going to be kind of a nervous day for you, Ben, when you take this test.
Well, apparently I have to take a test before I solo and also a final flight test, so it will be a little nervous, all right?
Well, good luck anyway.
Thank you very much.
Well, Ben, how did it feel first time alone?
Well, it's about the most wonderful feeling that you can have. There's nothing like working hard for something and then finally your dreams come true.
It's been a long time, and there were a lot of things in the way of you accomplishing this. Just how long ago was it that you started the campaign for the controls and the changes in regulations and so on that would allow this?
Well, it was about 4 years ago that my friend Hank Outman and myself decided to see if we couldn't get a license, and the Department of Transport turned us down. But through negotiations with various organizations, and of course not to forget our own Paraplegic Association, they finally said, well, they let us give it a try. So the flight test, which I did about 3 weeks ago, proved quite successful. The Department of Transport inspector was very happy with it. So here, 3 weeks after the flight test, I got my student permit, and here I am solo.